Ladies and gentlemen, this is Jojen Movie So Awesome. I'm Joe.
I'm One Jin.
Today we're going to talk about Barry Season 4, Episode 6. Spoilers ahead.
Major spoilers. So if you haven't seen it, please come back after you watch previous episodes and seasons. Let's go.
So we predicted this. Fuchs is officially the Aryan Brotherhood boss. The Raven. He even has a Raven tattoo.
Ah, that was hilarious with the tattoo and everything.
Yeah. As soon as he walks out, he greets the prison guard. And the prison guard respects. And then he goes to Starbucks. Hooks up with the Starbucks lady with his eyes. But he's still obsessed with Barry.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's like the first thing on his mind the moment he got out.
And you know, the most evil character in this season is NoHo Hank. Wow, what a POS. He pretends legitimate. You sound naive, he said. And it sure seems like he went full Fortune 500 legitimate. And calling it NoHo Ball. As in NoHo Hank plus Cristobal.
Yeah, and he's like paying all this like tribute to Cristobal.
Wow.
It reminded me a lot of what Barry did in season 3.
No.
To make up for his sin against Jean Cousineau. He's trying to do all these like favors for him and everything. But that's not gonna change the fact that you killed his girlfriend. And it's not gonna change the fact that basically you had Cristobal killed.
Yeah, you were implicitly agreeing to get him killed. And him getting angry at that denial. I feel like maybe the final battle will be between NoHo Hank and Barry. They're most alike.
Yeah.
It almost feel like NoHo Hank knew before Barry that he was a lot like Barry. Remember in season 2 and their car scenes? NoHo Hank is like, you're my friend. you know, I feel like that's what's going to happen.
And the fact that NoHo Hank got so angry about the Raven's remarks is probably because it's very true.
His name is Fuchs.
Oh, that's right, the Raven.
Now you call him
the Raven.
The Raven.
Monroe Fuchs.
Monroe Fuchs. Yeah, he got really angry. And you know, another great scene was Sally's nightmare scene. Oh yeah. That's not real, is it? Did you think it was real?
It got me very confused. It kind of seems like somewhat supernatural, or she's going through some sort of like schizophrenia or something.
Yeah, it's like a dream because
it gave me a lot of this this Black Swan vibe.
Yeah, what I thought it represented was that she's trapped by Barry. You know, because that black hooded figure. That Barry looked like season 2 Barry when he was wearing that. He was fighting that Taekwondo master. He had that.
He was wearing that.
So I felt like it was kind of like almost a meta commentary showing that it's actually her relationship with Barry that's trapping her that way. And Barry is almost no better than her like prior abusers because Barry he is violent, but not violent to her, but he's violent to her in a different way with this bullshit Christianity thing. Yeah. And the fake name thing. And
the wig.
Yeah.
And you brought up a great point that he was also being abusive, but in a different way. Because remember in season 3 when Barry came to her office yelling at her in front of all her like coworkers, and right after that she behaves like the same way she behaved with her previous boyfriend. She's immediately trying to pander to his needs. She got that like new game controller and everything. So, like you said, although he was not violent, he wasn't doing any physical harm to her. You can clearly see that he's abusive.
Well, I think here's the thing. Like she told Barry that you are the one that I feel safe with, right? But I think her feeling safe is her returning to this childlike state. And she's not, and I gotta say, she's not a good parent. You don't feed your kid orange juice because you're lazy to take care of him.
Well, not just orange juice. That was like, what's it called? The name of the cocktail?
The vodka?
Orange juice with vodka. What is it called?
Yeah, that's a famous one.
I forgot the name.
But I don't think that boy And that was wrong. But I think it's also as part of her own guilt too, you know.
And I was questioning myself. You know how like the house was a mess after she got back to her senses.
Yeah.
Like, remember like the scene where she was closing all the windows? I think that's like her illusion. I mean, she was going delusional. I think that's the moment when she was like wreaking havoc in the house.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, just like, you know, how Barry, when he's getting hit, he sees like this illusion. I think the same thing's happening with her, but in a different way. So she thinks that she was closing the window and locking the door, but basically she was like unraveling the entire house.
Maybe she made her kid drink alcohol because she unconsciously didn't want him to see her do that. But she's obviously losing her shit. And it was a very dark scene.
Yeah.
And like the bad feeling is she's gonna get that boy and drive back to LA to look for Barry, because Barry's not picking up, because Barry is unfortunately
captured.
We got a lot of foreshadow for this, right? Like what happens in that garage, right? I feel like ex-detective Moss is gonna show Barry who he really is. Yeah.
That's like his the room of truth.
Yeah, the room of truth.
He made like a journalist speak German.
Yeah.
When he doesn't even know German.
Yeah, a room of transformation, so to speak.
I love that foreshadow. We're just hinted that he used to be like an interrogation technician, basically.
Yeah. But I have a feeling Barry is gonna escape though.
Yeah, I think for the plot to progress, I think he needs to get out.
Yeah, or you know what would be more crazy? If Sally or Jean comes and shoot Detective Moss to free Barry or something. Or NoHo Hank does that.
I'm hoping I would see some like crazy Guy Ritchie-style shit where everything gets intertwined and things go crazy.
So Fuchs with his army coming to look for Barry, telling Detective to hand him over, but Detective doing a one-man fight thing, and NoHo Hank coming later too. This crazy chaos shit, right? That's what you're imagining.
Yeah.
Even Gene Cousineau. Hey, I have a question. Do you think Gene Cousineau is being honest when he says the movie doesn't want to be?
Nah, I don't think so. I can clearly see he's so narcissistic.
He's still
he's
narcissistic.
Just upset that the studio is making movie without his consultation.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know. I felt like the show was asking us if people can change, you know? And you just gave me your own opinion.
Yeah, I think this show's about all that. It's like our human nature and the fact that we just cannot help ourselves.
That's sad, man. But I did feel like what did you think about him like meeting his son and all that?
Yeah, I think that proves the point.
Because of the order of things,
yeah,
like the way he did it.
I mean, all those years he was not. Yeah, I mean, he didn't even care to see if his son was okay after shooting him. But now that he hears the studio's making a movie about him, he just like pops out of nowhere and visits his house and says hi to his grandson. Yeah, that says a lot.
Do you think Gene and Detective Moss was in on it though? Like it sure seemed like Detective Moss was waiting for Barry to appear at Gene's house. Oh, but I guess Gene returning to town made the news. Yeah, so that's how he knew.
I think it was like all Jim Moss on his own. Because he probably knew that Barry was going to show up. Man,
but I think you hit it with the Guy Ritchie reference. I think we are going to get like some Fargo vibes too.
Oh, okay, good point.
Yeah, because it's dark, but it's still comedy. You know,
because I got a lot of Fargo vibe from the episode where Sally murders, and Barry kind of covers for her.
You know, it'll be funny though if she confesses to it though, because it was clear haunting her when she was about to fall asleep. I'm gonna kill you, bitch. It could have been the bathroom guy, of course, but it could also have been that motorist guy.
Yeah, I was thinking about the motorist guy because he keep mentioning his eye.
Yeah. Because that's what she did to him with this.
I think he got his like optical nerves damaged or something because of the knife.
Yeah. That's Sally's guilt. But you know, the one person who doesn't seem like he's living with guilt is Barry, though. Like,
We gotta mention the podcast he's listening to.
Yeah.
All those like preachers.
Yeah, shout out to Bill Burr.
Yeah, it's basically he's actively searching for a preacher who basically says that who justifies murder. And it's not like a sin.
Yeah, and he had to go through three different preachers to find the one he liked, and it turns out it's Bill Burr.
The Bill Burr podcast was hilarious, man.
Hockey player.
Yeah, he's a hockey player. Like this other like opponent player checked his teammate that was insulting.
Yeah,
so like God gave him sign that he should kill him.
So fucked up.
And like the way that Barry says to himself, okay, that's a sign, and like getting out of the car.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. And like you say, we can see that he's avoiding guilt.
But him seeing Gene Cousineau's grandson, I think, kind of reminded him of his own son. So that's why he couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of layers to it. But I do feel like the final episode is going to be a Fuchs and NoHo Hank, like... shitfest. I think NoHo Hank is I think NoHo Hank's gonna have like an Al Pacino moment, like a Scarface moment.
Yeah, because we have to see him go all badass.
Yeah, I feel like he's like a gangster in denial, right? He's like, because when the Raven, aka Fuchs, was like, "Yo, you burying them in the sand? That's a legend."
I mean, it also kind of reminds me of Will Ferrell in the movie The Other Guys.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you talking about? Are you even listening to the story? It's like, I'm telling you, man, you were a pimp. It's like, no.
Yeah.
I had like this deal with the girls in school. I would protect them and they would make money and blah 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 blah.
No, you're a pimp. and then here,
I came out with this name Gator.
Yeah, everybody
it was really handy.
Except NoHo Hank knows that he's not to be trifled with.
Yeah,
he's like such a schemer. If you think about it, though, he survived all his bosses, all his partners.
Yeah, and basically he went to Bolivia on his own and he managed to escape alive and kill the boss there.
Yeah. He should be called the friend killer. Like, he's such a bad traitor.
And what was it? Like, the nickname like the other guys came up with? The Hourglass?
Yeah.
Man, that was some scary stuff.
Yeah. Man, all his subordinates should be afraid of NoHo Hank. Especially since he's such a nice guy.
That's right.
That's even more terrifying. Would you like some tea before I choke you? Yeah. Before I choke you to death. But anyway, this episode was like, I felt like episode 5 and 6, these two are building up to 7 and 8. Finally, we have a dangerous situation. Finally, we have a conflict.
I think this episodes 5 and 6 were like a middle zone, especially the fact that this was like a sudden flash forward. Not just a flash forward; it was like a time jump.
Yeah. So 7 and 8, I think we're gonna have to see a resolution of whether the Jane Moss murder. What will happen with that? What will happen with Barry? Like, I think the dream scenes are a hint, though. I just don't know what they're gonna do. You know what? I'm gonna be honest. I hope they don't pull this was all a dream crap. I don't want that. I wish this was all true.
So far, the writing's been very good, and I think it's also probably the reason why even Del Toro himself made a cameo. From what I heard, he actually requested Bill Hader to be on the show because he was so impressed with the writing so far.
He requested to Bill Hader that he wanted to. Yeah, because it's a great dark comedy. It's a very gothic tale if you think about it. Like Del Toro likes that stuff. It's very dark. Yeah. But this season has been especially dark. But anyway, let's give a number grade now. I give this 8.5.
I would give this episode a 9 because I was especially extra entertained with what was going on with Fuchs.
Yeah, Fuchs stole the show with his
the tattoo and the hookup.
And his line is brilliant. First it was pain turned into pleasure, and then NoHo Hank of all people tried to stop him. Stop! Don't tell me any more of this crap. I don't know.
I really liked this episode.
Yeah,
and also it had that very interesting moment with Sally.
That was dark.
So I think this was a solid episode. I was kind of concerned from the previous episode because of the time jump, but I actually like this.
Yeah, the previous one was basically a build-up for this one, and this one is a build-up for the next one. So we'll have to see what happens in the last 2 episodes. Yeah. But anyway, that's our take on Barry season 4, episode 6, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Please leave your thoughts.
Please don't be shy and leave a comment and share your thoughts with us. And next week, we will be back with Succession and Barry and possibly more shows. Thank you so much. This has been Joji Movie So Awesome. I was Joe.
I was One Jin.
Have a great weekend. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.